Yo guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. This is the first episode of a brand new series that I'm going to be running, which is called the Ajax Homegrown save, where we're pretty much going to be selling every player who's not Dutch and concentrating on our youth players, bringing in young Dutch players from other clubs in Holland, and effectively trying to advance forward and win the Champions League with a homegrown Dutch team, which I have no idea if it's ever been done, but we're going to give it a go and see if we can do it. In terms of the save overall, the aim is to win the Champions League with a homegrown save. If we do get sacked, I'm probably just going to move on in this save and then effectively try and make whatever team we go to homegrown as well. So if we get sacked by here and go to, say, somewhere in France, well then whatever team we take over, it will be a all French team we'll be trying to make. So I think this whole series is going to be, can we make homegrown teams and make them competitive in European football? And if they're not a bigger nation, like say Belgium for example, can we push them up the rankings in the FIFA rankings as well? So got a few different challenges we can sort of push in and around as well, so definitely going to be one I'm looking forward to. Definitely a different challenge that I've never really done. My normal saves are very much by the best young players I can, but like having a core of local grown players. The last two series, Coventry and the AC Milan, didn't really have the core of the nation that I wanted. Definitely didn't have an English core. I think we only had like one English player in the whole team, but it did the job we wanted it to. We end up winning games, being competitive, but I would like to have had more of a homegrown feel to it. Inter Milan, AC Milan save as well, didn't really have an Italian core. It had more of an Italian core than what the Coventry save had an English core, so definitely want to be more experimental because I've never done a full homegrown save before, so this is going to be interesting. So we're going to jump over to a new screen I've got going for all the transfers. The first player we brought into the team is Jerry St. Justy, who looks like he's an exceptional young Dutch centre-back / CDM, which we are definitely going to be wanting to make the most of him. He's well-rounded. We got him. He's age 19. He's 6 foot tall. Would like to him being a little bit tall. He might still grow a couple of inches, but you never know. People grow at odd ages. We got him for a minute fee of 2.5 million from Herveen. I think that's how you pronounce it. Which I do apologise for any mispronunciations, because I'm going to get him absolutely butchered at times. Which is probably what's going to make this a little bit more entertaining, that I can't pronounce, and my dyslexia is going to tell me to read it one way. My brain's going, no, it's not said like that. But that's here and there. So he's our first player we brought into the team. Excellent young player. I'll just bring up the stats of him now, where this is how he looks. He looks absolutely excellent. He's physically solid. Mentally he's pretty damn decent. Defensively, technically, not defensively. Defensively is where he's going to be playing. There, he looks pretty decent, well-rounded for a 19-year-old. Definitely going to be a good player for the future, and one we're definitely going to be giving a lot of first-team football to. The second player we brought into the team is Joel Drummel, who is 19 again. He's 6'4", excellent size for a goalkeeper, I believe. Definitely one who will be probably back up this season due to the other players we got. We got him for 1.4 million from FC 20. Going to be a decent young goalkeeper. And I keep knocking this with my. Hey, hang on, I need to find some way to attach this to me. Let's just watch it there for now. Looks like he's going to be an excellent little player. Definitely going to be a first team player in the future, depending how this goes. And I've just realised I've not got my lamp on, and I've just blinded myself. Right, let's just drop that down. There we go. That's a little bit better. I'm a bit brighter now. Tell I've not recorded for about 2 weeks. It's just brain not engaging. Yeah, next player's Drummel. Yeah, the stats of him look absolutely amazing. He's technically pretty decent already, mentally good, physically good. If we can get him some game times in the cup games and all that, and give him some first team football, then he's going to grow pretty well, I reckon. And the third and final player we have brought in is one hell of a name, Davi dos Santos Souza, who I will probably have to find a nickname for because I'm not going to be saying that constantly. He's 20 years old, he's 5'8", he's a centre mid / cam, he can play across the wings if needed, he can play up top, he can play in defensive mid, he's a little bit of an all-round midfielder really, he can cover pretty much every midfield position. We've gone for 3.1 million from AZ Alkmaar, excellent little player. If you look at his stats here, he looks pretty damn decent for 20. He's going to be in and around the first team, all these players are, and definitely ones to watch and really see how we get on. So that's the transfers we brought in. We are sitting on the 6th of August, which is okay because we've still got another month to bring anyone in. There's a few players I was looking at, but I couldn't get in. Didn't want to come, didn't want to move from their team because they wanted to stay and develop there. Their choice. Definitely be looking at them a bit later on. In terms of the rest of the team, oh no, we'll probably do transfers out is probably a good place to go from here. Right, in terms of transfers out, we've had quite a few really. In terms of Stuart Steraro, centre mid's gone to Frankfurt, 1.2 million. Laclav Cherny is gone to Barcelona, which is annoying because he's an excellent youth prospect, but he's from the Czech Republic, so we can't use him, which is absolutely gutting. Andre Onana, maybe. Looks like he's excellent little goalkeeper, the Cameroonian, but again, he's not Dutch. Laz Schroen, Danish, getting on a little bit. He's 30, probably wouldn't play with given the youth players we're bringing in anyway, and he's Danish, so doesn't fit my mould. Did I just do Yunus? No, Yunus is a 23-year-old German left winger. Again, very good. Looks like he can be a decent player. And Kasper Dolberg's gone out on loan because no one wanted to buy him. So it's like, even get him out of the club, get him loan football, fine. That will do. And we're getting some money from him as well. So in total, we brought in 14.25 million so far. We paid 7 million to get these 3 players in. And we've still not got rid of everyone that I wanted to move. We've still got Davison, Sanchez, Cazorla. He can go down to there out the way. Westerman, and there's one more. Hamik Zikev doesn't want to move as well. I'll also bring up now, I'm using a edited database, so all the January transfers have gone through. So like Depay's gone to Lyon, and anything else that's happened in January has all been up to date. So in terms of that, I'm still trying to get rid of a month to try and get rid of them. So if not, I've got them out on loan or transfer list. I just want them out the club. Westman looks like he's not going to be going anywhere because he's just joined, but they're not going to be playing. They're going to be hopefully either leaving, transfer, or on loan. One of the two. They'll be going somewhere. So quickly, and where was I going to go after this? In terms of players to watch is what I was going to do. Sort of who we think is going to be a good player to keep an eye on through this series. Riedewald, excellent centre back, centre mid, can play pretty much anywhere in defensive. Looks like he can be pretty decent. Going to be a good player for us. Who else do we have? Donny van Beek developed into a pretty good player. Looks like he can be quite good. Definitely going to be one in there to keep an eye on. Klassen is again going to be another one. He's got excellent mentals for 23, absolutely class. Going to be a first team player for a while. Shane Nunley, definitely another one. He looks quite raw at the moment, but hopefully with some tutoring and some training, don't need tutoring, his determination's up there. Get his technicals and all that sort of bumped up a bit, he's definitely going to be a good player. He's only 17, got plenty of time to improve. We've gone through the players we brought in. The wit looks pretty decent as well. And I think that's going to be it for the first team in a minute. In the under 20, in the B team actually, the main one I'm looking at is Matthias de Ligt. Excellent little centre back, 16, going to be in and around the first team, gaining first team experience and all that sort of lovely stuff. Going to be one of the players I'm going to be keeping a very, very close eye on. Was there anyone else in the... I want this guy back, Ousa. Leroy. Looks pretty decent, but he's out on loan and I can't recall him. Gutted. He'd be in the first team otherwise. But he's definitely going to be in there next season. And very, very happy to look forward to seeing him in the team. And this guy looks okay. I think that was it in terms of the ones I definitely want to be keeping a very close eye on. In terms of other players, Lopez looks quite raw, definitely going to be keeping an eye on him, hopefully he can improve. Yeah, that's about it in terms of how the squad is doing. So we're going to jump over to another new screen I've made and go through a recap of the last 2 games, because we played 2 already, which are the Champions League best place qualifier. Was it first round? I don't know. 3rd round qualifying place, where we played young boys from, where are they from? I know they're from, they Switzerland? Yes, from Switzerland. We start the game on quite well. We've got a decent corner. We have Riedewald make a decent save out of Magova, who then clears it on the line. Frey loses it to St. Justy, who this is his first game for the club. Nonley has the ball. He runs down the line. Can he whip it in? He does. Zivkic has the ball cleared into him, but it's dropped to Nonley again. It's cleared out again. Klassen nods it back. Nonley nods it in, and Zivkovic right-footed shot. Later on in the game, we have not a lot going on really. We're passing it around nicely. Not really have much highlights. They're coming forward with it. Rabbit plays the ball over the top for Jamal. He dinks it. Oh, puts it just over the top of the crossbar. They've got another chance. They throw it in. Skewegger, maybe, whatever his name is, De Bremer into leg jacks, and the ball saves it into the crossbar, and he does pick it up, and that's how we end the game. 1-1. Nothing else happened after that till the final whistle. We got the second game against young boys. They play the ball around well. We know we've got the 1-0 advantage, so we don't need to be too exuberant. We are playing at home as well. Nothing really comes from this highlight, and they play it back, and they do win it back. They break into the box. He shoots the ball, not the ball, Bora. A good save. Veltman then has to clear it. Nicely done, just sort of hold it off. A little bit disappointing we lost the ball so devastatingly there. A bit later on in the game, nothing's been going on since that highlight. We clear the ball out. We do keep it in though with Nunley. It's been very much high ball football. Nunley's using his not really pace, he's not really going around. Nori's in the middle. Klasan, little back heel to Zivkovic. Is he going into Nunley? Is he going to shoot? He does. Oh, he's put it past the post. That was the best chance of the first half so far, and nothing else. We jump forward into the second half, and really the game's been quite dull. Nothing's overly happened. Nuri's got the ball. Plays a lovely ball through for Zivkovic. Can he make it 1-0? No, he can't. He puts it past the post. They've got another long throw, and a few minutes later on, they clear it out. I don't know what our goalkeeper's doing there, but he decided to come running. Zivkovic goes flying in with tackles. Nuri brings it forward. He's got men running forward. He's got tons of men on the overlap, but he plays it out to Riedewald into Klasan, into Zivkovic. Lovely turn and that, but the wit with the finish just wasn't there, and the game ends off. As it does, 0-0. and we go through 1-0 on aggregate against Young Boys into the next round against Roma in the Champions League best place playoff. So I don't actually know what the board wants us to do. I'm assuming they want us to get into the group stage. So yes, we've got to beat Roma. So that's going to be an interesting one. So that's the sort of introduction into the team, sort of who and what we're expecting. But that's not it yet. We're going to do the game against N.E.C, who I have no idea who are. I'm not saying that because I will butcher it quite badly. So we're actually going to do that game because on match day, we're here to play games. We're going to play a game. In terms of the team, I have no idea. This is the sort of lineup we're going for at the moment with a 4-1-2-3. Very, very basic. I've never really got this formation to really work, so I want to sort of try and adapt it. We've got most of the players, like down here, Zeus is coming in. We've got 12 spaces, and none of these lot are getting on the bench, just because I don't really want them to play. Because I'm not going to play them. They're not players I want in the team. I want them out the club, or no, they're staying there. So in terms of the team, we're probably going to go with what's on the field at the minute. Bora, Tete, Veltman, Justy. No, that's actually not how we're going to go. We're now sorted. Let's get into this. Let's give him the number 17. I don't know. Don't know what he likes. Don't know what he doesn't like. That's the number we're going with. So, this is our first game in terms of the league. Excelsior beat someone down here. Go ahead, Eagles. Right, okay. We are 5-4 favourites. Let's have a look and see what they're going with. They're going with a 4-4-1-1. I have no idea who half their players are, so we're just going to leave it there. I didn't show you my team. Let's get into the next page and do it through here. We are going with, once I've done this quickly, Bor, Tete, Barkman, Ridervale, Sinkgraven, Van der Beek, Nori, Klassen, Nunley, Santos Souza and Zivkovic. So very strong team I reckon with what we got, so let's jump into it. I need to change this back. First highlight of the game, Van Beek wins it back off Klassen. Where's he going? Into Santos Souza. Doing quite well, 5 minutes in, nothing's overly happened yet. This is the first highlight really. Ridervale, we're playing lovely passing, which is something I like, but I like to see us going forward a little bit as well. We're not sort of just holding back on the halfway line. Klassen up to Dos Santos. Where's he going? Right back to Riderveld. Lovely ball to Van Beek. Nori. Zivkovic into Nunley. Can you score? How's that not gone in? That was so close. I don't think I've set up my corner bits yet either, but we're just going to go with it. We'll deal with those after the game. They clear it out. Donny Van Beek. I think it's Donny Van Beek, but I don't know why I thought it was wrong then. We're going to whip a free kick and Nunley plays the ball in. Zivkovic was underneath it but doesn't win it. Nori, Tete, we're having a very good first highlight here and that ends it. We've got another highlight eventually. It's was sort of drifting by. Nunley's run inside but doesn't produce a decent pass. Nori doesn't win it. May I give us the ball? I don't know, but they're playing it around nicely. This is their first sort of move forward. Masunda, Kulak, Bilic. They play it through to Mai, all the way back to Burnett. Whips it back post. Sinkgraven does sort of win it, and we do get it out eventually, but they're coming straight back with it. Nunley then trips him and gives away a foul. Nori gets tackled. He should have passed it off quickly. Van Beek almost wins it. It's gone for the long ranger and it's over the top of the bar. Right, it's coming up to full time and we've literally seen nothing the second half other than maybe one highlight. And it's going to end 0-0 unless we can get something from this. And no, they've just defended so well. Like when we have got forward, they've just completely blocked out all our players, and we just could not break them down. So I have to look at the tactic and see what I can do to sort that out. But he's just wasting time. He knows they've got a point out of us, and we're meant to be finishing the top 2. And they're going to be finishing, I have no idea where they're meant to finish. So we'll have a quick look at the... no, didn't want that. On that one, season preview, they were expected to finish mid-table. We're meant to finish in the top 3, and that's not the way we want to start the season. We want to kick it off with a bang with our youth players and sort of really push on. But I will look at the tactic. I got another one I want to get to work as well. So let's jump back to here. If you have enjoyed, guys, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button down. Hit the subscribe button down. That makes no sense. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Check me out on Twitter. The link is in the description down below. I'll see you next time for more of the Ajax homegrown save. I know it's Ajax, but we're going to leave it there. I'll see you next time, guys.